How are you guys doing? Now, today we want to talk about in our video here, this one, about the petition going around out of Peterborough. Now, this was actually a petition started by
Oh, sorry about that.
a member of our public.
Yeah.
Not her. She's
Not
the
her.
sponsor, and obviously, so this petition has garnered over 300,000 votes within. It is now like 3 weeks. So 3 weeks it took to get 300,000 Canadians, the largest petition at least since Trudeau has come in office. Now let me just read the story quickly. It calls for a vote of no confidence against Trudeau, which essentially means that there would be an election held because the members of Parliament no longer have confidence. Now anyway, and an election be held within 45 days of the petition closing. Now Trudeau is leading a minority government which is not scheduled to have an election until 2025, but you never know. Our insiders I know have said that it's a possibility we have it next year.
For him, he just for his sake, he should call it early. Because the longer this goes on, the less votes he's getting.
At least that's how I see it. Toronto. A petition before the House of Commons is calling for no confidence vote against the government of Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, who has garnered the maximum signatures in any recent years. Now, sorry, this is from the Hindustan Times, being as Canadian media doesn't cover anything.
CBC.
Canadian media doesn't cover anything that is, of course, contradictory to the government, or at least they try not to.
Mm-hmm. And with their new bill, do you know what that goes?
C-18.
C-18. It's gonna get even worse.
It's already passed. It's become law.
It's already passed.
Yeah.
Well, that's insane. Well, maybe perhaps that's why we only had Hindu Times, because we know he has a Hindustan Times, because we know he has a really good connection with India.
Well, they really appreciate him there, yeah. So, because Trudeau has gone in Punjab face and blackface. They all, minorities really do appreciate
They just
that in
love
our
it when he
country.
does that.
Yeah, well, it's the biggest petition since 2015. Now, the petition was sponsored by Michelle Fury, a Conservative MP, who's pretty based. I mean, we love her. Not like that, okay? But originally supported by Melissa Outwater, which was a resident of the town of Peterborough. So thank you for your help for getting rid of our narcissistic, psychopathic Prime Minister. Anyway, so we the citizens of Canada have lost confidence in Justin Trudeau and the Liberal NDP coalition, referring to the ruling party of the New Democrats and the Liberals, who have a informal coalition, but let's be honest, it's a coalition. I mean, Jagmeet Singh and Justin Trudeau are cut from the same cloth.
They're doing something together behind the scenes.
The current government elected is not acting in the best interest of its citizens, the petition said, which of course is fundamentally true, because all he cares about is himself and going in blackface and disrespecting Canadians around the world and disrespecting basically every person who isn't like a full-on communist. So, I mean, the current government is not, based on the past 8 years, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau does not have confidence in, we do not have confidence in this Prime Minister. After 5 ethics violations, Canada's reputation being tarnished on the global scale, and basically destroying every institution in this country for the sake of progress, people are finally sick of this. Now, Trudeau is already 10 points behind our Conservative Party, which is too low. I don't understand why anyone would vote for this guy. The petition also reflects the public opinion in nearly 3 in 4 Canadians want him to resign, and nearly a quarter of the Liberal Party wants him to resign. So that's like Joe Biden has better numbers in the Democratic Party, and even Trump did last time.
And
going
he
into the
can't
election.
walk upstairs, and he has Alzheimer's fits like on stage. So.
And well, Justin Trudeau is purported, we don't have proof, sexual predator, multiple times blackface. He hates everyone who doesn't support his radical social and political ideology. I mean, this guy, he's even in a country like Canada, which is known for our progressive values, a vast majority of Canadians think he should, hit the road, maybe go to Barbados or...
And, think about what he did during the trucker convoy, too. He froze people. He took people's money away, locked it away from them forever, just because they did something that he didn't like.
Well, of course. Well, that's because he is, by definition, an authoritarian who has no respect for rule of law. He takes people's human rights to bear arms. He takes people's... he bans free speech. He supports, he supports
killing people.
He supports killing people
when there's nothing wrong with them.
Well, there's a story, we can put it in the description, where a fella in Ontario, I think, he applied for euthanasia. By the way, we have the highest euthanasia since the Nazi regime. If you guys want to understand the problems we're having here, so we literally have Nazi style system for killing people who we don't really care about in society. Now, one guy in Ontario, which I've heard the story, I want your take on it, is he applied for maid because he was depressed and because he didn't have a girlfriend and because things were too expensive, and he got it.
Absolutely insane. I heard another one, and actually there's news stories on it. There was this disabled lady. She was a veteran, and she was a professional skier, I think, at one point, and she's wheelchair bound, and she was calling over and over again to get an accessibility ramp installed.
Right.
I think somewhere on her property.
And what did they want her to do?
Kill herself. They wanted her to apply for MAID and just die because her life seems too hard. Anyways,
so the last number I read for MAID, just to know how far gone Canada has been under Justin Trudeau's authoritarian NDP Liberal coalition, is that 45,000 people were euthanized this year alone. And the numbers have been rumors and anecdotal evidence that he's actually been fudging the numbers to lower it.
That's actually absolutely insane.
And with the expansion of MAID, which they're trying to pass now for all mental disorders, even poverty is a suicidable offense, that more people will actually, the numbers could triple or quadruple within the next year or two. And Trudeau, he says that this is your right. You have the right to just, if you feel sad once in your life, to just apply. It's really disgusting.
Okay.
So
just to put this into perspective, just for your guys' information.
Good man. That's a good source.
That's how many people die on Canadian roads. Sorry about that. That's how many people die on Canadian roads. So approximately 30 times as many people
have been euthanized
than die on roads. And we have... Well, we have all of our safety features, and, obviously more people died before those safety features, but not nearly as many people died in cars without the modern-day safety features a year as people are getting killed in MAID.
Well, and of course, his idea to solve the problem of mental health issues in Canada is to euthanize them, or actually poverty now, to solve the homeless crisis because we're in such a big issue. His idea was we should euthanize them because then we'll have to pay less healthcare costs and less housing costs. So this is obviously evil and authoritarian, and actually I haven't seen actions this evil since the Nazis.
Blatant disregard and disrespect for human life.
I haven't seen a person, he is, other than maybe Stalin and Mao, he is probably the most
probably up there with those guys.
He's up there in that level of evil.
Yeah.
And he honestly, this is my personal opinion, he has committed crimes against humanity. Mm-hmm. And he ought to face the consequences for his crimes.
Yeah.
So anyway, guys, please sign the petition. Let's save our country and save these people from...
It's gonna be in the description.
Let's save these people from euthanasia, because our government is obviously looking out for big pharma and they're not looking out for the necessities of the people. We need common sense for the common people. Let's bring it home.
All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. Take care and check out the description, please.